All right. This is going to be a huge video. I just came back from a solo trip and I wanted to make a video about what I learned from traveling alone. And as I was kind of like walking to this destination, I realized this video is really about the moment of clarity I got when I first traveled alone. So let me take you back. February 2023, Italy. Location, Rome. There I am at the Vatican, surrounded by statues. Just a bunch of statues. Looking at these statues, I realized clearly they're all Roman warriors, and I'm observing all of them, and I see that they all have something in common. They are absolutely jacked. Abs, six-pack. They look great, phenomenal. And the only thing that came to mind in that moment was, what happened to us? I looked around me and no one looked like these Roman warriors, not even me. So that was the moment. That was my moment of clarity. You see, I realized in that moment that I was lied to about who I really was my whole life. I was lying to myself. And it was in that very moment that my life changed. I swear. It was like a switch went off. And I made a promise to myself to be a warrior. At least to look like a warrior. But to cultivate a warrior's mindset. And it was that trip, all by myself, I was shown something, and it was my truth. It was who I needed to be and who I really wanted to be. Not the person that I was in that moment, consuming, eating whatever I wanted, listening to the media about what I should be eating, about what I should be doing to my body, trusting that, the information I get is completely true and people actually care about me. So I took things into my own hands. I decided to become my own warrior. And that was my moment of clarity. That's what traveling alone did for me. That's what that moment did for me. It completely changed my life. I completely changed my nutrition habits. I changed the way I worked out. And ultimately, I changed not only my physical body, but also my mental state. And I truly became a warrior. And that's something I want to speak more about. Because let me tell you something about the journey that I'm on. And it's very hard to admit this because I have to be okay with being completely misunderstood and maybe alienated. But in my recent trip to Niagara Falls, I was looking around me when I was in the Clifton Hill area. And I realized how much I don't belong. I felt like a complete alien. People around me, whatever they were doing, that's just not me. I cannot consume fast food and convince myself that that's food. I cannot be distracted by constant entertainment without purpose. That's just not me. And what I realized in that moment is ultimately, I feel very alone on this journey. I feel very disconnected from the current society that most of you watching this live in. It's a very hard thing to admit, and it has its challenges. So, this video is saying two things. Just sharing my story and my moment of clarity. And two, maybe this is a sign for you to join me because it's a little lonely on this side. And I do feel like the one thing that I've been missing in the last couple of years is actual connection. People who see things the way I do. And they truly see themselves for who they are, not who society tells them who they need to be. So if you could take something from this video, take that. You don't even know who you are yet. There's a much better version of you out there waiting. It's your choice. if you want to go down that route. Thank you for watching.